we first of all have to accept the result, and I call upon all parties to accept that result, even though there was a low turnout, and of course the environment for the campaigning period is far less than ideal. But the people have spoken. We should accept it, and we should work with it. And it's a big challenge for all of us, and we should look to the future and see how we can make it work.
The military frames this constitution as having a need to restrain elected politicians. They blamed politicians for most of Thailand's past problems, for all the turmoil. And is that fair?
Well, whether it's fair or not, it resonates with people, and therefore political parties have to look at themselves, including our party, and see what message we should take from there. I think people are sick of the old kind of politics where there was a lot of conflict, and I guess they were viewing that the country was going nowhere. And they have at least felt comfortable with the apparent stability and order that has been restored, which is why I think they've decided to give some kind of mandate for the system that is being put in place.
How much do you think that the very repressive climate before the referendum affected the result?
Well, I'm sure a more open debate would have led to possibly a different outcome. But, the voting on the day was fair. There was a turnout which was low, but it was over 50%, and we have to respect the results.
You don't think people were intimidated or just didn't know what they're voting about?
Well, there was certainly a lack of debate, but if people went to the polls, you have to respect that they feel that they can make that decision, and they've made the decision.
Do you accept that you're going to be living in a guided system?
Well, the people have voted for it, but I think, a government that gets a mandate, that is confident about what it's doing in terms of what's right and what is appropriate, should not be afraid of supervision.
And is this democracy?
Well, it's not the standard democracy that we would expect in this day and age. But, the drafters are arguing that we live in unusual times, and this was something that was needed for maybe a transition period.
You sound like you're resigned to accepting that.
Well, I'm not resigned to accepting it, but I respect the wishes of the people who went to the polls yesterday. And we have to give it a chance. And I think that so long as political parties reform themselves to a certain extent, make sure that they are the most responsive bodies in the political system, there's still a lot we can do.